show. My first guest tonight is, of course, a tennis legend. He's also the host of the ABC game show, The Chair. Let's take a look.
What do you say, audience? Yeah. Here's your heart stopper. You're on red money now, Eric. That's what we were hoping for. There you go. You got that heart rate down. Whoa. That's not too bad. That's pretty good.
That's genius. Please welcome John McEnroe.
Big John, Big John, Big John.
Conan, I'm glad you showed that clip of the chair, because before that it would have been a tough act to follow. That.
Me as a drag queen.
That's right.
I believe that you are doing the show that I've always wanted to do.
Really?
Because I think, to a great extent,
You want to switch?
Yeah, maybe I do. The celebrity interview. I'm out here every night talking to celebrities. I think maybe it's a dead format. You're strapping people down. Not including you. But, you know, I would love to strap my guests down and shoot things at them. You know, have wrecking balls swing near their head, test their heart rate. I mean, this seems like a really...
No, it's a good concept. I mean, who better than me to try to calm people down that are in the midst of all this chaos?
Right. You bring calm wherever you go.
That's right. So I think at first they thought people would be able to handle it better. And actually they've noticed through the shows we've done so far that people have gotten quite nervous in front of a live audience. There's hopefully a lot of people watching on television. I'm just trying to put a little bit of heat on them in a nice way, and they get a chance to win 250 grand. That's not bad, right? In 10 minutes?
That's not bad. And the concept, just for anyone that doesn't know, you strap the contestant down in the chair, you start asking them questions, and you're measuring their heart rate. And they have to keep their heart rate below a certain rate. They can't get too excited, or else they start losing money.
They go through a lot of tests, first of all. I mean, they go through written tests. They go through tests where we try to scare them backstage.
We actually, okay, we have a clip. This is a clip of one of your tests. That this is you testing to see who's got a good heart rate that they can keep low, who doesn't get too excited.
That's right.
One of your tests is you ask the contestants to read Shakespeare alone in a room, and then by surprise you do something to them. Let's take a look at that.
Oh, Romeo, Romeo, wherefore art thou, Romeo?
Wherefore art thou, Romeo?
I'm watching that thing. That's the meanest thing I've ever seen. And I should point out that's asbestos you're throwing on them.
But most importantly for your crowd, I want to say the one thing we haven't said, they get drug tested.
Right.
Okay, so you can all go home now.
Yeah. Well, because there are a lot of people who could artificially keep their heart rate low using some kind of substance.
A beta blocker, or then they could do the opposite. They could try to pretend they come in with a bunch of caffeine, pretend it's much higher, because what we do is you test their rate for a couple hours, and let's say it's 70, then you get 70% above that.
Right.
And that's when the game starts. You're at about 120, 130. So if you walked in and started at 100, we'd give you another 70%. That means you'd only have to get below 170.
Okay, what happens when someone has a heart attack during this show?
There are doctors on the set.
Okay, good. Let me now, we saw a giant ball swinging down while someone's trying to answer a question. There's also a live alligator that you lower in front of people, so it's about an inch away from their face.
I do that for my 6-year-old daughter.
Oh, okay.
That's Alex the alligator.
Right.
We try to get snakes and alligator. I don't want to hear any complaints from all the animal lovers out there, because I personally disagree with it.
Oh, you disagree with some of the elements of the show?
I disagree with those hokey heart stoppers.
Really? What do you think they should be doing?
I think it should just show that this is a great concept, and hopefully they pick the right host.
Right.
And that they should get this game moving more, and they should show more contestants. We've had a lot of contestants that haven't been shown on the air because they've cut it down to try to show the best ones, which I understand, but I think people would appreciate the difficulty of it more if they saw more of the people that failed. You know,
well, also, I think I've noticed, I've watched a couple of these shows, some people, they have like an alligator and an axe come flying at them and flames. You frighten them, but just asking them questions more than any of these devices. People's heart rates go up when they have to talk to John McEnroe.
And I think, and then if the...
And I mean that in the nicest way.
Of course, absolutely.
Yeah.
And in front of a live audience as well, you're going to get more uptight, and you don't realize what it's like, and you have a chance to win a lot of money. So I think the concept is stronger, and then having to push it and overproduce it is the word. I mean, on one occasion, we had some bees come down. And the concept of
Someone's going to get killed on this show. Release the bees!
There's one problem that you may know, Conan. ABC's been struggling a bit.
Yes.
Which hopefully I can be a part in turning around. But there may have been 1,000 bees in this little cage I had, but not only one of them was alive.
So
the budget's been cut.
So the idea didn't really work. They dumped a bunch of dead bees on somebody.
Bees. Didn't scare them a whole lot.
That would just annoy me.
That's right. That's right.
Have you ever fantasized about strapping in one of your old tennis foes into the chair? Like, wouldn't you love to get Jimmy Connors and strap him into that chair?
That son of a bitch. You know.
Now, John, I know that deep down he's a wonderful man.
He really isn't. But he probably feels the same way about me. But
yeah.
Actually, I have thought about having some umpires.
Right.
A show especially for umpires, so I could give them another dose of the medicine they deserve. But after all that, they'd have a chance to win 250 grand.
Right,
so,
right. Which you'd somehow see that they never get.
That's also true.